Episode number 17 here on the podcast already.
First episode of
the year, season 2. Yeah, 2025, season 2. So our guest today is Daisy and Alison, who work with
Trans County Title.
Nice, you guys. It's like you guys rehearsed that.
You guys rehearsed
The whole way down M Street. Trans County Title in unison.
That is awesome. That's awesome.
It's not true.
So funny you say that. So me and my brother, we've never rehearsed like dancing or whatever at like weddings and stuff.
Uh-huh.
So one of my cousins, he got married, and this was in 2014. So it's been almost 10 years since, or it's been over 10 years actually. Now that I think about it, wow. And so we like Gangnam Style was like the biggest hit song at that time, and we're like dancing like all on the dance floor, and then one of my cousins like they've had to have like practiced that at least 10 times, and my dad's like, no, they're never at the house at the same exact time. So it's like and if they are, they're watching the baseball game. They're not.
You're like, no, I'm just this ridiculous on my own.
Yeah. So yeah, shout out to my brother and like always being like my dance buddy, like when it comes to weddings and stuff. Yeah.
So you were affiliate of the year last year.
Correct.
2023.
Yeah. Prior to
AJ. Yeah, that was, oh my God. I was like shaking like a tree when that happened. I went into the night thinking Daisy was going to win the award because I just think she's fantastic. And I was like, who am I? Like, I don't know. And when she got up to announce, Andy.
Tell her before, because she's like, Daisy, put it on your lips. Get up your lips.
Because we ate dinner, and I was like, maybe you want some lipstick.
She thought I was going to go up there.
She was like, well, then you put on some too. And I was like, okay. And
do you?
Huh? What was that?
Do you know?
No, I was the one.
She was the one that did the speech.
So then Andy Krodick was the MC, and he says, okay, now time for the next award, Affiliate of the Year, Daisy Perez, please come up. And I'm like, what? That was it? Like, that was the introduction? I'm like, she's winning. And so yeah, she starts talking, and I'm like, oh my God, she's talking about me. And so that was a crazy, crazy honor. That was really, really special. Unexpected, but special.
Did you have an idea?
I had a good idea that it was going to be me. Oh, 100%. And it all started on episode 16 when we were talking about all the events that we were doing, and I was like, man, I was at every single one. And I'm like, I was at every single one of these, and then like we're just kind of talking about it, and then like Joe kind of was like, hey, I'd really appreciate it if if you get Erica to be there. I was like, okay, I'll ask her. He's like, and I was like, I'll double check, make sure like she can go, and like we can get a sitter. And he's like, you got to get a sitter. You got to get. I was like, okay. Yeah, it's like, okay. Usually it's like, hey, I'll see. And he's like, okay, yeah, no big deal. And they're like, no, this one was like, no, she needs to be there. And I'm like,
cool.
And I was like, okay. And then I was like driving there, and I was talking to Erica. It's like, I think I'm getting Affiliate of the Year. Like, I swear. And I was like, I think I am. It's like, out of everybody, like all the affiliates, like I was at every single one. I helped out with every single one that I could. Yeah. I think I missed, 2? Maybe 2. And it was because... But those were more...
Those were mixers.
Yeah, those were more mixers like within the
us.
YPN. And that's all it was. And I was like, okay. And those are the only ones that I can remember that I actually missed. So I was at the cornhole tournament. I did the squares. And we're doing the squares again, by the way, for 2025. Little cheap plug on that one. So hit me up if you guys want some football squares. Segue. So yeah, no, it was just more... the golf tournament, the rib cook-off. I was the MC for the rib cook-off. Hopefully we'll do the rib cook-off, and I'll be the MC again. For this year. So, I just kind of had like this gut feeling like, I knew like I had like who outshined me when it came to that.
You put in the work.
Yeah. So I put in the work.
Deserved.
Yeah, I appreciate that. So
I cried.
No, I was like choking up. I was like
I cried.
I thought you were crying.
I was. I was like this, and I was getting emotional. I was like, and it's like I had a feeling that it was gonna be me.
Yeah.
But it's still, I was like, I'm going to be prepared to, like, I was, like, getting prepared to, like, talk, and I'm like, nah, total, like, right over, I was like, I'm going to forget stuff. Like,
no, same. I had my...
Wait, no, not same.
Look, we were rehearsing this actually on the way there this time.
I had my speech. It was just going to be short and sweet, a little plug, and then... I had it typed on my phone because that's who I am. That's what I do. And then I started hearing other people's speeches, like, you know, talking about other people, and I was like, oh, that's good. Like, I should add that. Oh, I should change. Why? Why did I do that? Because I ended up deleting a chunk of it. And so I'm up there reading, and I'm like, oh, God. Something's missing. So sorry for that.
No, it's fine.
It was with the intent of making it better. And like, oh, okay, yeah, that would be good.
Yeah, no, it's all good. So
stick to the script, Allison.
Yeah. No, I just thought I was like, man, she's talking about, and then like, I knew, like, the second it hit is like when you mentioned the podcast and the co-host, and I'm like, okay, there's nobody else that's like an affiliate that's part of the podcast, like that's on it on a regular basis. So it's like one of those things, like, okay, it's got to be me. So.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
And that's how I
So
knew.
you do marketing.
I do.
And you do.
I'm an escrow officer.
So tell us more about that.
So my daily like tasks, or I guess activities or whatever, are a million emails all day long. I'm emailing all day long.
I can't imagine how many emails you get.
And that's between agents, lenders. Sometimes if we have to like clear stuff from title, I'm emailing like old banks to like research stuff, child support, like different stuff like that. Yeah. Ugh. And,
that's a deal killer.
Yeah, for
There's
sure.
There's a lot behind the scene about it's not just like
sign here.
Yeah.
Here you go.
Yeah. Plus, you know, prepping all the documents that are signed, all like the deeds and affidavits that record in order to, you know, transfer title to people. And then we're coordinating with lenders, giving them statements, and they give us fees and we give them fees, and we coordinate, you know, their loan documents and making sure those are completed to their standards, and
then distribute the money.
Distribute the money. Yeah, make sure
Your
we've got, you
commissions.
know, all the bills. Yeah, so that's like that's distributing the money, like facilitating the process is, I'd say, the main purpose of escrow, responsibility of escrow. And then there's also the title side, where title insurance, you know, buyers need it when they purchase a home, ensuring that the home is theirs, and then lenders need it when they loan money, ensuring that, you know, there's no liens prior or above senior to theirs that jeopardizes their loan money, and so that's like that's the overall goal there, is issuing title insurance for the title company, and then the escrow is like an accommodation thing to go along with it.
That's a lot of work.
I love it.
Proceed. She's like, I love it. I'm sitting here like,
there's a lot of steps to that.
Well, you have been to our Merced office, right?
Yeah,
like,
but I've been
the title part.
Yeah, it's really cool. Like, got a little walkthrough through that.
Yeah.
And a lot of paper documents still over there, so it's kind of cool.
So it's funny when people walk in, they'll only see like 3 rooms, like the like the conference rooms, or like where we do the signs and stuff. And they're like, "Oh, where's Alice?" And she's back there. And they're like, "Oh, this is not it." I'm like, "No, there's more back
there's
there."
a lot more.
So so it's really nice to have you know, agents and affiliates and all, you know, people come and visit us and just check out our Merced office. For those who don't know, we do have 3 offices in Merced County. So we have Los Baños, Atwater, and our main office is in Merced, and where we also have our own title plant base. So we do a lot of behind the scene on that too. So.
And are you the marketing rep for all 3?
No, we do have other marketing representatives. So we have Jenny Brazil, and then we have Ruthie Dickerson, so she handles basically everything for customer service. And then we have Justine Bucio, who does our Los Baños office.
And then we have Daisy and Merced.
And then me. But yeah, so basically what I do, my daily day is visiting offices, letting agents know that, you know, we are here to help. Our main thing is customer service, you know, to provide, you know, this was so funny that I wanted to bring this up. So Allison, the other day, she's like, "Hey, I have an agent who is at Lowe's, and they have like a EMD. And they can't make it to the office because we close at 4. And I'm like, "No problem, I'll go."
She said, "No problem, I'll go."
Wait, what?
So she's like, they have like a deposit, you know, to make, and they're not going to be able to make it because they were going to leave out of town. And so they were like, Allison, I can't make it at 4. How can we do this? And then Allison calls me, and I'm like, okay, let me go. So I get there, I'm in the parking lot, I call the agent, I'm like, hey, I'm outside. And then the agent's like, oh, I'm in aisle 40. And I'm like, no problem. So I get there, and I'm like, hey, like, are you still in aisle 40? She's like, yep, I'm here.
She's picking out tile or
Yeah,
something.
and then I walk in, and then she's like, here's the deposit, the check.
So
She's like, but don't leave. Help me pick out some tile because I'm Gina fixer upper. And I'm like, oh, sure, okay.
So we're full service.
Yeah. So it's just, So stuff like that, makes me really happy that I'm able to help agents. Because I know I know you guys get super busy, even as lenders too, and so stuff like that, I am really happy to, go way above and beyond and, help them with their transaction. I also, let agents and lenders know all of our customer tools on how to get, secure your business, get that seller, get that buyer. So yeah, that's what we do, and I love it. Like Alison said, it is a lot, but I started actually as the bookkeeper assistant in Trans
County.
And then there was an opportunity that they're like, hey, we need someone in marketing, and I'm like, okay. And then Peg, my boss, she approached me, and she's like, I think you'll do good. And then I'm like, I was actually nervous to go into marketing in this industry. And she's like, I'll give you a week, go out there, and let me know. So the next day, on my first day out marketing, I came back to her. I'm like, don't look for anyone else.
I got this.
I got this.
And what year did you start in marketing?
2022.
So I think we started around the same time. So I started working with Joe in September of 22, and you were like right before that, if I'm not mistaken.
I started, around May.
Yeah. When did you start, bookkeeping? Yeah, with Trans County.
2020.
Oh, okay.
We both started actually
within a month of each other.
Oh, nice.
Really?
And this Daisy that you see here was not the Daisy that started at Trans County Title.
Was she really
She
shelved?
was quiet. She was reserved.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
I was put in a corner,
she was. She was in a corner, but she was still in the same area as all of us, and we're talking all day long about files and this and that, going back and forth amongst all the escrow people, and she was real shy, real quiet. I don't know what I just said there, but but then eventually, she'd start cracking a joke here and there, and then once she got into marketing, her personality,
her butterfly,
really,
social butterfly came out.
Cracked the shell open.
Absolutely, yeah. So it's funny to see her then versus
I cannot
now.
picture her quiet and shy in the corner now. Absolutely.
Yeah, I could be quiet and shy.
Yeah.
When there's a lot of people that I don't know, it's like, okay, I'm trying to observe what's going on, and it's just then Liquid Courage kicks in. It's like, hey, what's going on? No, that's never heard of that, right?
What did you used to do before Trans County?
Yeah.
I used to work at a bank, so I was in I was banking for 8 years. I was a teller, and then I went to new accounts. So that.
You've been working on customer service then.
Yeah.
Who did you bank? Well, who did you bank, or who were you working for as a bank?
I went all over the place. So it was West America, Livingston, and then I moved to Reading. So I did Cornerstone Community Bank.
Okay.
And then I came back, and then I was with Farmers Insurance, Federal Credit Union. And then after that, during around that time, I was going to school too. So I got my degree in accounting and marketing.
Cool.
So.
Tell them the fun fact about you working at West America in Livingston, what you learned.
I learned to speak Punjabi.
I was going to say that.
Hanji.
Because they have a very
it's kind of mix it with Spanish because I'm like, okay. So I just was trying to put my Spanish into Punjabi, and it kind of worked.
Yeah.
So
you speak fully Spanish, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Spanish, Punjabi, and English.
You only know the banking terms of
So there was one time a regular customer who would come every Friday, and he would always ask for the same thing for his statement, and then he would leave. And then there was one time, because, I mean, there was a lot of Punjabis in Livingston, and
community out there.
we had 2 tellers who were Punjabis, and that day, I don't know, they were not there. And so the customer came in, and, he was telling my coworker what he needed, and I'm like, oh, Lena, like, I got you, like, I know what you want, tell him to come over here. And he comes in, and he's talking to me in Punjabi. I'm like, oh yeah, hanji, hanji. And I, over here, printed out the statement, and he's like, still talking to me, and, and I'm like, oh, this is not what you want? He's like, no. And I'm like, oh shoot. I'm like, sorry, that's all I know. But no, it was really fun getting to, be part of another culture and getting to know, like.
They're really nice.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so when I met Alison, I'm like, yeah, I'm trilingual.
It's like I have
I'm bilingual, Spanish and English.
I have like a really similar story. So like when I started working at Wells Fargo and Atwater, a lot of the clientele there was like Spanish only.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, like I know how to like do all the numbers, and then I'm like listening and observing, like, and I'm like really reserved, and then it's like, oh, okay, like I know Spanish, like when it comes to like transactionals and all that,
numbers.
and it's just like numbers, like all of that, and my dad's like, okay, mil means 1,000, not million. I was like, okay, well, what does million sound? I was like, millon. I was like, millon. I was like, that's like, so I was like, okay, whatever. So like, he's like, you just got to know that. Just know the basics. You'll get through it. And I was like all nervous, like first transaction, Spanish speaking. And I'm like, I was like, out the window. Yeah. Out the window. So like, once I got, but like you get the clientele and then you like kind of get the hang of it. And now it's like, I don't know if I can have a conversation in Spanish, like transaction wise, just because it's been
a long time.
Well, it's been 2021 was when I quit at Travis, so that was like the last time I like really spoke in Spanish.
We should always practice with me and Patty. So
we'll see. I probably should because my in-laws speak Spanish, and that's like be easier that way. So I tried doing the whole Duolingo like thing. So and then I'm like,
classic.
So like one thing led to another. Like sons are like doing like people's elbow drops like off the couch and stuff. So I kind of had to like, okay, I kind of had to stop. So but yeah.
So what did you used to do before TransCanada?
Yeah, before Escrow, I managed a clothing boutique here in Merced. I was there for 7 years. So my biggest takeaway from that, like obviously doing nothing with clothing or styling anybody now. Oh God, girl. But the customer service aspect of it is, what I took away and I feel is so invaluable from that job and what I've, carried over into this job because I mean that's what I'm still doing every day. I've got to answer, the frantic phone calls or the hey, why are we doing this phone calls? Why are we
closing on the day that we're supposed to close?
So I'm constantly customer service and a fun fact or fun story. I'd been there for a long time and I was like, okay, I'm getting older. Like, I don't want to keep paying for my own medical insurance. I need retirement. And so I kind of just was like putting my feelers out and talking to like different friends that would come into the store. And Carol Mahoney one day came in and she was like, hey, are you still wanting, a new job? And I was like, yeah. She goes, I have a friend who has a title company. She needs like good workers. And I was like, well, what's a title company? She's like, just trust me, like take your resume tomorrow. Like, can you do it on your lunch? And I was like, okay, sure. So like that night I put a resume together. I hadn't had one in 7 years. So put a resume together, went to the office, and next thing I knew, I was sitting down with them, and I was like, oh my God, I didn't know it was like an interview. I thought it was just dropping and going. Yeah. And so now here I am, like, in an interview, but, it was great. Our bosses, Peg and Tammy, are, like, the world's greatest people you could ever work for. So it was just natural conversation, and, I told them, I was like, I don't have a college degree. I don't. And they're like, you don't need a college degree. Everything you're going to learn is right here on the job. And, they hired me right there on the spot.
That's
and
awesome.
I was like, oh my God. Like,
Did you go back to the store?
I went back to the store. And I was like,
I'm here to get my stuff free.
So bad.
You're going back to the
2
store
weeks
to get my
notice.
stuff.
Yeah, right.
It's like, before I click out, can I get my last 50% off?
I did tell
You did do the 50%.
No, not that. I did tell Peg and Tammy, I was like, hey, like my boss, she's gonna be like completely caught like off guard. Like, can I allow her a month to like find a replacement? Because you know she didn't live in the area. I was completely running the store for her, and so they were gracious enough to give me, you know, a month to start.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And
that's really nice.
Yeah, and then was thrown in head first in it was 2020, so like refinances were off the hook, like it was crazy.
Also during COVID too, so it was just like hectic.
Yeah, so it was awesome.
That's why you love it, because you started when it was so hectic.
Yes.
So anything after that, it's, you know, it's easier. It's a piece of cake. Not a piece of cake, but
I was gonna say it's a yawn. I'm like, can I get those please back?
Yeah,
I'm like, I loved the, you know, the hustle and bustle of it all.
Staying busy.
There still is hustle and bustle, but not near
as like 2020, 2021
for sure. Yeah, and I feel like I learned so much so fast because of the time that I started. That like, you know, I'm super confident that I could handle any file right now because I've seen it all. You know.
Yeah, you've seen it all in well, I mean, you've seen a lot in such a short period of time.
So
how many escrow officers do you guys have?
Oh man, 2, 4, 5,
Can you do the math?
6, 8, like 11.
Oh wow.
I think. Yeah, between the 3 offices.
So is it like 2 or 3 per office?
In the smaller offices, and then in Merced we've got 2, 4, 5.
5.
Yeah. So. Nice. And I love it. We work in like one big open space, and we've all kind of got like our teams, you know, within that. But we're not afraid to like, you know, I work on Peg's team. I have no problem though jumping over to Tammy's team, like if you know something's needed, or because at the end of the day, like getting the file closed, having a customer happy, having a buyer, a seller happy, having you guys happy is what matters.
Absolutely. And then it's
that's not my file. I can't touch.
Yeah,
that.
I was just getting ready to say that too. And it's like Joe had mentioned, like that's like one of the good things. It's like, hey, if you have a question and you know you're not there, then somebody else can pick up on it, and it's like, okay, like you guys work as a team, which it's like a well-oiled machine.
For sure.
is what Joe had said. So,
you two were in YPN 2023.
Correct.
Yes. How was it?
It was good. I really liked it. I really enjoyed being involved with the community, and that's like another thing. Like I have been like, I'm 30 years old, and all my life, well, I grew up in Mexico.
You don't look 30.
I know. I grew up in. I know. I'm kidding.
Thank you.
So I grew up in Mexico, and I was really part of like a beautiful community over there. And coming back, it was just hard to find, you know, a community where I'm like, okay, this is home to me. And being part of Trans County, and you know, for Peg and Tammy giving me the opportunity to be in marketing and coming out and getting to know like agents and being part of YPN, like that made me feel like this is where I'm supposed to be. Like this is my community. So when I go to other communities, they're beautiful, but like I'm always like talking about like, okay, Merced, so YPN gave me the opportunity to also spread my wings and get to know more people. And I know I think that was the first YPN coming back after COVID and all that stuff. So
with Emmy.
With Emmy.
Emmy and Hector. Yep.
I'll tell you what, I wish we had the support staff, the participation you guys had last year when we were doing it, because it was like 5 or 6 of us doing every event.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah, it was. But I mean,
but you guys still did it.
Still did it. Yeah. But it was like, okay, it's the 5 of us.
Yeah, and I mean, I feel like it's the recruitment part from Hector was like incredible.
Yeah,
it's just like,
kudos to him for that. That's really
like
good.
Shout out to Hector. He dragged me into it. I even told him, I was like, nah, dude, I don't know, man. Like, I'm like, at that time, I think I was 35. I don't even remember now. I'm 30. I'm gonna be 37 this year. Jesus.
Yeah, 35.
Yeah. So at the time, he was like, "Oh, come on." I was like, "Dude, I don't know, man." Like I was like, but he broke me down. He broke me down. It's like, all right. It's like, all right, yeah, let's do this. Like, all right. I'm just like time and like trying to get the business started on that because I had just started. I'm like, dude, I didn't know what I was doing, but he's like, hey, just show up. You know, you'll figure it out. Let's just. It's like, all right. So it's kind of like a. Yeah, you will figure it out eventually. So
Yeah, he's great at like the encouragement like that.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
Just give it a shot.
Inspiring, encouraging
Yeah,
people.
yeah, inspiring for sure.
And you'll be taking over 2026, right?
I'm the vice chair this year.
Yeah. So she's taking over next year. We got our vice
Oh.
chair over here.
But, yeah. So,
Nice.
So yeah. So
Exciting.
you go ahead. You go. You
yeah,
go.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So you born and raised here in Merced, right?
No, actually, I moved here when I was 10.
Oh, okay.
So I feel like I was raised.
Oh,
here.
okay. So where were you originally from?
Still Central Valley down in Hanford.
Oh, okay. And then
Yeah,
what brought
moved
you
here.
guys over here?
My dad's family is all here. So
Oh, okay.
my dad's family is rooted here in Merced, and he just transferred and was able to work up this way more and get back to his family.
You've
so.
always been this tall.
I've always been this tall. Yeah. Yeah, I know I was telling AJ, I was like, I'm actually the shortest in my family.
No way.
I swear, yeah.
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 I worked with a gal that was 6'10".
Holy cow.
Yeah, she was tall.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's a giant.
Yeah, it's like we're like, how tall are you? She's like 6'10".
Yeah.
It's like, Jesus.
I bet she never got sick of being asked that either.
Maybe it was 6'5", but she was still. I was like, I'm short. She was a nice lady. I can't remember what her name is, but no, I just like that just popped in my head right now. So.
You
yeah.
were born in Mexico?
No, I was born in Turlock.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, so I've been all over California. And then at the age of 12, I moved to Mexico, came back at 18. And that's where I was just like, okay.
Was it like very different, like going back there or going to Mexico at 12? How,
Yeah, it was really different because I didn't really know like a lot of like the Spanish. I didn't know how to read in Spanish, and yeah, so it was really hard as being like a teenager and being over there. And I mean, yeah, there was a lot of kids who were just like bullies. But when it was English class, I'm like, okay,
this is my, yeah.
okay, keep laughing.
So,
who's
who needs help?
Yeah.
Watch
so,
this.
but looking back to it, it all makes sense now. Because before I used to hate my parents because they took me back to Mexico. I'm like, I hate you guys. It's really hard. But now it's just like, okay, thank you, Mom and Dad. Like, yeah. So now I'm really like fluent in English and Spanish. So yeah.
And then when you came back, was it hard again, or
no,
you missed it?
No, I actually didn't want to be in Mexico anymore because of the violence, and I was already like thinking like way ahead. Like I'm like, I don't want to even have a family here. Our town is really beautiful and everything, but I didn't see a future like for myself. Like I was born in America. I have better opportunities over there, and so.
Do you see yourself having kids here?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
See, that's mine. Perfect.
Yeah.
Well, you have a puppy.
I do.
That's Jasper.
My name is Jasper. I know you
I made a comment about that.
Yeah.
Jasper.
There's
a boy's
a story
name.
behind Jasper.
What's the story?
So there's this movie called Claws with a K on Netflix.
Okay.
Yeah, and then there's this little girl comes out. Her name is Margot, and she talks about Jasper. He's the main character, and my boyfriend and I just love the character. And when we got the puppy, we were like, okay, Jasper. I'm not gonna go anywhere. It's like, yeah.
I guess I shouldn't be talking smack. I guess our first dog, her name was Freddie.
Oh.
And it was from a TV series, and I guess the gal's name was Freddie. So, but you always associate Freddie with a boy.
A boy.
Yeah. So.
And yeah, Skylar.
Yeah, I have Skylar. Yeah, a little turd. Nah, she's cool. She's we call her our road dog. She comes everywhere with us, or we at least try to take her everywhere we go. So we're still like potty training and stuff. So.
How old is
she? Got her. We got her gotcha day was like right after we went camping in October. So I think we got her on October 21st. So like
3 months, 4 months?
I think she was like 8 weeks when we picked her up. So she was like 2. So let's see. I can't do backwards.
5-6 months.
I wish my son was here. He'd be able to tell me months backwards. So I could do that easier. So yeah, what was that? August? So yeah, the dog was born in August. Yeah. So she was born in August. We picked her up in October. Yeah, we've had her since. So she's been we've been working on potty training, like making her go outside and stuff. And
That's the hardest.
yeah, she's almost there. She's almost there.
She's always there.
She's almost there. So she's getting the hang
We
of
need
it.
to get Allison a
puppy. Yes. So
She's like, right now, like, I don't know your guys' conversation right now.
Oh, dogs are awesome. So she's
No,
out.
I live in an HOA that we can't have a dog
that's
bigger than 25 pounds. And I'm like, okay, well,
What?
that's not a dog.
That's a cat.
Yeah.
But, the other day I was, like, walking around and I saw a shepherd of some kind. And I was like, no way that dog weighs 25 pounds. So, like, maybe I could get away with it, but...
No, I was going to say my little dog Skylar is like 25 pounds. Like, and she's like, I don't know.
My Mocha's like 75.
See, that's what I imagine to be a dog, a big old
That's a
dog.
dog.
Like that. That's a dog. So.
And then like a Great Dane's a horse. Those things are massive.
I want a Great Dane and I want a Doberman.
Oh my gosh.
You want like an army of dogs.
But I want like huge dogs, yeah. I'm actually looking to get like a house with a big backyard. The house can be small.
Sure.
But
you want the land.
The yard for the dogs.
For my
I think that's my deal too. It's like I'd rather have like a 1,500 square foot house, but like on a big lot.
Yeah.
So that way, you can have like, especially with my two boys, they like to run around outside. So
That's good.
Yeah. So get the energy out, and that way they go to bed. So much easier. But it's just so cold right now. It's just like, ugh. Like my toes are cold. When my toes get cold, I'm like, it's a wrap. So I start to sound like my dad every day. It's like a Progressive commercial. We're trying to prevent you from being your father or your parents. Yeah. No.
Yeah.
There's no hope for you.
Yeah, and I have Progressive insurance. That's the funny part.
What are some goals for 2025 for you girls?
I would say just, drive more into, like, get more business. Like, business-wise, just get more business, help the newer agents, get more of the knowledge of, what is escrow, what is title. Participate more in, with MCAR and be part more of the community. So that's one of my goals with, my career. And personal, I don't really have, actually, a lot of goals set.
Oh, come on.
No, my boyfriend's getting deployed, so I'm just gonna be boring Daisy.
Salute to him.
Take care of the puppy.
Yeah.
Thanks for the service.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what branch is he in?
Marines.
Yeah.
Right on. I almost joined the Marines.
How long will he be gone?
For like 9 months.
Do you get to talk to him or no?
Yeah.
So it's just like a long distance for 9 months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know where he's getting deployed, or is that classified?
I'm gonna keep
it classified for
Do
him.
you get to be able to go?
That's fine. No, that's what I was at. I was
Because
like,
that's cooler that way.
Yeah.
Not that she has to, but why not?
it reminds me of Top Gun. If I have to tell you, I have to kill you.
Yeah. So
We like you
same
too much
here.
for that.
I'll have to bleep that word out too. Just in case we don't want to get it demonetized.
Demonetized. Do you earn ads?
No.
Oh.
It's a joke, but I also
Got it. Yeah, no.
trying to keep it PG-ish.
For sure.
Yeah. What are some of your goals?
I've been working on walking more. Like when I get off work, I've been trying to walk some more. Yeah, than normal. Just get a little more active. But yeah, it is dang cold. So that's
Yeah, it's
hard.
really cold.
It does get cold too.
Yeah. At work, I haven't really said any because I just never know what I'm facing every day. So it's like, get through the day.
Get through today.
Get through the day. I don't know. My boss Peg and I, we were actually just talking about this like at the start of the year. Like, I've always just been like a doer. Like I see a task in front of me and I do it.
Done.
And I've never really been a goal setter before because I'm like, well, this is here in front of me. I need to do this. And then, okay, but now this is in front of me, so there's this to do. So I don't know. I've never been much of a goal setter. I've somehow gotten by.
But I mean, you're successful. I think that's the only thing that matters.
So yeah, I don't. That walking has kind of been the
Walking
only
is
one
fun.
that
That's a good
I've
one.
said so far,
Yeah.
and I'm working towards it. So
Yeah.
I need to learn that process of goal setting though.
Yeah.
You got the getting things done part.
Yeah,
Which
it's half the battle, right?
Yeah, that's half the battle. It really is.
Yeah.
You can have all the goals you want, but if you don't get things done, then
Yeah.
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 What are your goals? Since we're on the topic of goals.
Yeah.
Man, I have a lot. One of them would be home ownership.
Okay.
Expand my business, obviously. I was talking with Zeke yesterday, and we're working on creating a website and everything.
Cool.
I want another dog, but that comes with the house.
Yeah.
A bigger space. And my son's gonna graduate high school, so get him in college. I want to continue YPN at a CAR level.
You are part of the CAR,
yeah,
right?
I'm part of the advisory board at a state level.
Yeah, amazing.
Just a general advisory, but I would like to, I see myself as a vice chair at a CR level, and then eventually as the main chair. So that's where my mind is headed. And obviously, continue to assist Ashley this year. But there's a lot more, but I feel like all of these are things that I'm actively working on. I run every day with my dog. That was something that I started thinking about in December, and then I just started running with my dog, and so now we run every day or every other day when I'm super busy. Yeah, I don't know.
So you're implementing it. Awesome.
Yeah.
That's great.
What about you?
Goals for 2025. I'm rehabbing the shoulder, so I want to get back to playing softball this year. That's my personal goal, is to get back to playing that, because I sat out last year, but it had nothing to do with the shoulder injury, and then I was like, man, this is now that I'm not playing, I can feel something's not right. So working on that. So that's a personal goal. Obviously, I'm waiting for all the New Year's resolutioners for the I usually wait until February to start weight loss, because when I did that in 2013, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna wait till after the Super Bowl, because there's a lot of junky food that I'm gonna want, and I don't want to be I'm gonna start and then but that's what I'm gonna start is in February, right after the Super Bowl. So start working on that and then do that. So, but outside of that, a personal, professional goal, I'm looking to do 20 deals this year. It's I'm setting the bar pretty high. I want to get at least $6 million in loan volume, hopefully more than that. That'd be nice. So it's it's time to hit the ground running and start getting the business. And it's yo, you got a pre-approval that you want to get done over the weekend. I'm going to be your guy to.
He will answer. I've called him.
Oh yeah, she's answered
on the
me.
Weekend.
You
too.
Yeah.
I Petco.
Why are you
yes. I'll do a Southern Nash Street.
Yeah, and it's funny. So I had a phone call, and I was I don't even remember what I was doing, but I was running in and out of the house, and I feel my watch start to vibrate, and it's an agent. I'm oh, and I'm pushed Erica out of the way. She's pick up the phone. Hey, how's it going? This is Adrian. and I was after the phone, she's just looking at me you just pushed me, and I'm it's a deal. It's a deal. Calm down. So I had to apologize to her and I'm sorry, I didn't mean to push you, but I was just I didn't want to miss the phone call.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
So yeah,
well, thank you for coming.
Yeah.
Do you guys want to say thank you or shout out to anybody before we wrap it out?
Oh, I personally want to thank MCART, how they just always open arms, invite us affiliates. I'm sure you can relate to that. To the weekly MLS, and then allow us to put on these fundraisers for them and all of that. I just love how they recognize
the value.
The value of it.
And I appreciate that. We're all competitors. We're all fighting for the same deals. But to put that aside and work towards the goals of the betterment of Merced, I think is just so inspiring. And I'm super thankful that they welcome us to be a part of that too, because it's been awesome to experience and participate in. And just the relationships that you build through those avenues is so fun. I have no problem answering an agent's phone call 4 times a day, because I'm hey, what's up? Hey Jeff, yeah, how's it going? And you just build this rapport and stuff, and that I think is my absolute favorite part of my job in this industry is the relationships. Yeah.
Yeah, I second on Allison. It's been a roller coaster, and I have fun being in marketing, working at Trans County. Before even starting with Trans County, when I was at the bank, I'm I don't want to come to work. I here, we're going to do the same thing, you know. But then...
It gets repetitive with the banking, huh?
Boring.
So then now, like, being part of, you know, Trans County's team and, you know, being part of marketing, like, every day is, like, something different. Like, I go to bed, okay, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. I come to work, oh, no. No way. That's going to happen.
So fun about
It's on fire, yo.
Never mind, I can't do that, I can't do this, and, you know, but that's, like, the fun part about it. Like, every day is, you know, we actually set our goals when we walk into the door, you know, like, okay.
So you guys have, like, a daily goal, like, to get done. Yeah.
But, you know, I just love being part of, you know, Merced's community, and like Alison said, like MCAR has allowed us to get to know more people when we have like events like out of the community. When we go to Sacramento, you know, we got to meet a lot of people over there too. So just like the experience. So,
you know, kind of like off topic. You maybe like you said events. Like, did you guys hear about Atwater? Like what?
Yes.
Luke Bryan is coming to Atwater.
You
already got your tickets? No, I'm like particularly like I'm like oh my god, I gotta go see him type thing. But I'm like. Yo, this is kind of big.
No,
like it's really big.
Like,
I might
expecting 15 to 20,000 people.
Really?
Yeah.
How are they gonna fit? Because I heard it's gonna be at the tarmac, right?
Yeah.
No, I don't think specifically the tarmac, just on Castle.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was gonna be like, where are they gonna put all those people for tarmac?
Apparently, they were trying to go in Modesto, and Stan County. I think
Wouldn't
Sheriff's
allow it.
Department wouldn't make whatever accommodation. I don't.
Really?
I just overheard that from the sheriff
Maybe
the other
makes
day.
sense.
But yeah, the Stan County was where they wanted to go, and so
Lucky
good for
us.
us.
Lucky us.
Good for us.
So I mean, like
5 minutes away.
Yeah.
I know, like
Same
I'm
thing,
thinking,
that's
I'm like
why.
thinking like if we go to it, like how logistically, like how are we gonna get there? Like I think parking was like $40.
It's 20.
$20? Okay, it's not too bad then. That's not bad at all.
Yeah, but
So I'm
they're
like-
gonna have like I think like limited parking too.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can pick us up at 5.
No, I was thinking it's like, yo, Dad.
He can put on a show for sure. I've seen him live twice.
Okay.
Same, yeah.
In San Francisco, the Levi Stadium. He can dance. He can put on a show. My kids want to go. I said we're not going. Merced, Atwater, everybody and their mom's gonna be there.
Yeah.
And I don't want to get stepped on or like beer spilled on me or none of that.
It's a country concert. I don't think it's gonna
It's
be.
like the first time that someone like that comes to
This
me.
is
So like
true.
everybody's gonna be there.
Everybody's gonna
Yeah.
want to be there. Yeah, that's for
People
sure.
that don't listen to country text me about it. I said, yeah, I'm not going.
See, and
I love country, but I'm not going.
I'm over here like I went to like all the emo band like stuff, so I'm like in mosh pits and stuff like that. So I actually
It
got
doesn't
like
bother
yeah,
me.
that doesn't bother. I was like,
It won't bother
beer?
me.
Okay, whatever. Beer getting it's
Yeah.
getting spilt on you, whatever. But yeah, no, I just think it's
I
really
love a good mosh pit.
yeah.
I didn't think that.
Yeah, no.
Good to know.
Yeah.
Speaking of emo, I just thought of it like I messed with Skylar and I put her hair and it like covered her eye and stuff. I was like, because tonight will be the night that I will fall for you. My wife Erica, she's like, you are so ridiculous. Like,
I love being a millennial.
yeah,
We
it's
have
just
the
like-
best. We have the best stuff.
because I'm just a teenage dirtbag, you know. No, it's just all those emo music that I just used to listen to, and I still listen to this day. But yeah, no, I'm just excited for the good things that are coming to Atwater.
there's
Like
good things,
yeah,
yeah.
Atwater, Merced's getting a Raising Cane's now, which is nice.
We're getting a
Barn.
Chick-fil-A
Oh, yeah,
taco
that's fine.
truck
Yeah.
over there by the hospital.
You're saying?
Oh,
Yeah.
kids make me drive
Yeah.
for Cane's all the way to Modesto or Fresno or Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, so now we don't have to do that.
Nope.
Yeah.
They'll be
It's gonna
here.
be around the corner.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I actually went to Raising Cane's after I failed my test the first time. I was like, man, this is the worst Raising Cane's ever. Like, I'm all sad eating my Raising
It
Cane's.
was your feelings, no?
Yeah, it was like, yeah, no, it was my feelings. But no, the second time around that I had Raising Cane's was actually really good. So,
Yeah.
but, I like it a lot.
I just have the fries and the bread.
Yeah, that's right. You don't
Yeah, I
need
don't
meat.
need meat.
At all? None? Wow. Okay.
Wait,
Fish.
I was going to say
Fish,
you're a pescatarian
fish,
more than
fish.
Okay,
yeah.
yeah. Sure.
But
Yeah.
not red meat.
But yeah, so a little bit of
I actually had. My daughter had steak for Christmas. We went to Vegas, and I had a bite. Like just to test it out.
Not your thing?
I like literally threw up
Ooh.
in my mouth.
Ooh.
And I had to swallow. Like we were
Oh.
like on this fancy restaurant on this strip. We're like, I'm not gonna throw up on the table.
No, I don't blame
spit
it.
it out either. Like, this is a fancy restaurant, so it's like, oh, yeah.
Can't do this anymore.
Oh no.
It is what it is. But yeah, okay, so a little bit of housekeeping. So we have some events coming up. What do we got going on? We got the Super Bowl squares. We mentioned that earlier.
Squares.
So as soon as that gets filled out, 20 a square, half the proceeds are going to go to the YPN for operational, and then the other half is going to get paid out to any of you lucky winners out there. We have that. So yeah, $200 per quarter, first, second, and third. The fourth quarter or final, it's got to be final, not fourth quarter, because it's only happened twice that the Super Bowl has gone into overtime, and you have to pay out for the final score.
Don't remind me.
Yeah, I don't want to know about that either.
Yeah.
And then we have our Lunch and Learn.
Lunch and Learn.
January 29th.
Yes.
With Anissa.
Yeah,
from Farmers
I was going to say, make sure you say the
Insurance.
right one.
Tickets are $5 online, $10 at the entrance. Food will be provided, and then she'll be here.
What do we got going on next month? February.
We have a mixer. We have the taco trip coming up in March. We have
March
the golf
8th and 9th.
Yeah.
March 8th and 9th. We got to start working on that now.
And then the golf in April. February, I think we have community service.
Okay, community service in February. Got it. I always look forward to that. Those are fun. Weird. You're working, but it's fun.
Well, I just want to say that you guys are doing a great job. This is my first time being on a podcast, and
No way.
Took her halo.
You look like a real natural, for real.
Thank you for
But
coming.
yeah, it's just so cool that you guys are putting this together. Just to get to know more people, and
Yeah, thank you for having us.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming on. I mean, it was a short notice one, too. It's like...
Thank
Well,
you
we
for
had
being
it scheduled,
flexible for
but-
the
Yeah, we had a scheduled one, but it was like at a future date. We just kind of had to switch out dates because...
Bring you in. Is
Yeah.
that would you like to be the first podcast of the year?
Yeah. First podcast of the year,
Daisy,
episode 17.
Daisy came back to the office yesterday after MLS, and she's like, "Hey, we're gonna do the YPN podcast," and I was like, "Okay." She's like,
So like real last minute for you.
yeah, like 9:30 yesterday. She's like, "Make sure you wash your hair," and I'm like, so hopefully.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Make sure you wash your hair.
Yeah.
That's a girl thing.
I'm kidding.
That's hilarious. But yeah, that's going to put a bow and a tie on it.
Episode 17.
In the books.
First
Yeah,
one
thanks
of
for
the
coming
year.
on.
Yeah, thank you.
We're looking forward. Next week we have Ernie
Ernie.
and Jeff. I can't think of his last name, but we're going to go over 1031.
1031 exchange.
Oh,
Yeah,
Jeff,
10:30.
Yonamine?
Something like that. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm really looking forward to that. Ernie
Yeah.
Ochoa, he's really smart. I can't wait to
Yeah.
interview them and talk about that stuff.
That's
so.
great.
Yeah, it'll be really great. So yeah, but we're going to put a wrap on this one, and we'll see you on the next episode.